I'm continuing Danganronpa. So, last time, we found out that Sayaka Maizono, well, you guys found out that Sayaka Maizono died. So, today, we're going to investigate, do the class trial to figure out who killed Sayaka. Now, of course, I've actually played this, but I want to see if you guys can figure this out before I actually get done with the class trial. So, I hope you guys enjoy the stream. Hello, Artie. How is it going today? So, I figured out how I'm going to do this. I'm going to deal with the executions. So those will just be cut out from at least my Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc Let's Play. It should be here for Danganronpa 2. But for copyright purposes, I'm just going, when it gets close to the execution, I'm going to just end the live stream right there and then start it after the execution. So basically that's where I end the live stream, and then next time I live stream I'll start right after the execution. So, the girl in red. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Junko Anishima died because she decided to try to attack Monokuma, which was the dumbest thing she could do. So she's now lying there dead because she got pierced by the spears and Gunmeter. So, that's how it's going to be. Going to live stream the class trial and the investigation. Skip over the executions, at least for this game. And that'll be that. That will be that. So, let's get started. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. I'm not at 1,000 yet. 957, close to 960. Just 3 more to go. But there wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I don't know why you even bothered to check after those injuries and losing that much blood. Frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that.
Huh? Hold on! Just wait a second. She's dead? Then that means... What? That means everything that's happened so far is real? It's not a joke or whatever? It's really real? Yeah, it's pretty real.
Let me out of here!
Hell no! Someone save me! Let me out of here! Somebody help me!
What's your problem?
Oh god, what's her voice again?
You're just now accepting that?
Okay, so...
Just a second.
Hold on, okay. Huh? Before we begin the investigation, isn't there something else we need to discuss?
Oh yeah!
Right. Talking to Kirigiri. Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. Oh god, I cannot English today either. What do you mean?
You're all thinking of putting someone on guard duty,
sure nobody can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey,
In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick.
Alright, Australian. I gotta give her that voice. Hold on. Yeah, this is gonna take a second.
Okay, then we can let Mondo look after the scene.
Well, no, we can't just leave them there alone.
what?
Well, why the hell not?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want.
Fuck you.
So then.
Fine then. I shall stay there on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Team player, come on base defense with one of the two of them. With their stats, they're totally OP. Since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you.
But
I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try.
Okay.
just a second.
Oh, really? Ooh, nice. Beat Saber. Okay, so...
Just a second.
I need to talk to you. Let's talk to Celeste, I guess?
Oh!
So do you finally notice?
What the crap?
Huh? Notice what? I was looking through the Monokuma file we received, and I noticed something very obvious and very unusual.
Huh?
What are you talking about? Go ahead, take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? He died in
Monokoto, stop. Monokoto, the best ship ever. Monokuma plus Makoto, yes.
She died in Monokoto's door.
Ah!
What? She's Roy.
Eh?
Then, could it be?
All at once, everyone's gaze turned to me.
Oh, hold on a second, you've got it all wrong.
For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid.
What the
You
heck?
expect us to believe that? You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth.
The look in everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 from just a few minutes earlier. The feeling of suspicion and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it?
So then.
Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed Sayaka. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, then construct an argument to come to a final decision. If we get this wrong...
So.
Well, do I really have to say no?
Actually.
I'd rather you didn't know.
Goodbye.
Everyone pray for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym. I'm going too. And just like that. Just like Kyoko, he was gone before we realized it.
Yo,
Oh yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? I'd better head to the scene of the crime. That's right.
hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. If whatever son of a bitch did this is here right now, and they're thinking of destroying that
You're
evidence,
fucking
they
dead.
better not let me find them. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull in myself. I'm serious, I'll fuck them up.
Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura ran off.
So,
But I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know? And we're gonna investigate a murder. How do we even do something like that?
Anyway,
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka.
What are you implying?
this is
It
very...
wasn't you. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Don't come any closer. Are you gonna kill me next?
So,
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for sure that Makoto's guilty yet. It's true. We may as well please check. Just to check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Wait, why not? I'm not good blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I black out.
Oh, yeah?
Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Right, I guess I better get going.
Wait, don't go yet. You have to hear me out.
But it was pointless. Everyone had already left. Damn it! I told these people they need to stay.
You need to stay. You need help investigate. Help with the investigation. This ain't cool. You can't just be ditching me like this. Pieces of shit.
And their parting looks at me had still been filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Well, first off, we did switch rooms with Sayaka. So... yeah, I'd say it's pretty fair for them to be suspicious of us, Makoto. Come on! Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? I have to do something, otherwise everyone will...
execution is... execution. Electric chair. Bzz, bzz, poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. It's that tree. Who really killed Sayaka? Okay. I guess I should look through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim was Sayaka Maizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow, I have to find out the truth, so that we can all survive. And for Sayaka, I have to find out how she was killed. Monokuma file number 1 has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. Okay, so personally, I think this tree did it clearly. Trees are evil. We need to kill all trees. The tree is evil, I'm telling you guys. The tree is evil. The tree is the one who caused this to happen. I'm very suspicious of you, tree. I'm keeping my eye on you. But I have to investigate anyway, so, Hiro, Jaki, wait, no, Fujisaki, yeah, Fujisaki, keep an eye on that tree for me. Make sure it doesn't kill anyone else. Okay, okay, so, yes, leave the area. So, assuming we gotta go back to my room now. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime. My room. Won't make any progress without investigating that. I mean, true. So I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. Boy, I'd better examine the state of my room a little closer. That might reveal something new. Right. Keys. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so this must be my room key.
I mean, it could be another Nayaki. That could be Michael Nayaki. It could be Mojo Nayaki. It could even be Marin Nayaki. If I remember correctly. That's right. We'll have to trade keys. When we switched rooms, we switched keys too. So Sayaka would have had the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true, then how did the killer get into the room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? Oh no, she should have. Oh, I should have given her a guru voice. What's the point of even switching? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it, or opened it for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something. Maybe. Doubt it. No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms, and with how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around, so she couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... Switching rooms has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright. Let's see. Looking at the lint roller, it looks like there's way less than there was before. Did Sayaka see how dirty my room was and decide to clean up a little? This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? Plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself till now. I shouldn't be surprised, it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating has come off of parts of the blade and the handle. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you just touch it a little bit. Replica sword has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright, slash, hack and slash. There are scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? It looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. Damn it, I was right there in the other room. If only I heard something.
Wait.
That would not have been possible. Huh? Don't you remember? All of our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you and there's no way you could know.
Well,
perhaps this was another of Monokuma's strategies, creating an ideal setting for murder. Evidence of a struggle has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too?
hey,
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. It's the display stand the sword was on. The toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see any evidence that it's been used at all. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine, and I haven't had any reason to open it. I can't even imagine a situation where I need a toolkit like this.
yo,
Yeah, seriously. Oh, Mondo.
what?
We ain't exactly
What?
in the mood for building fucking furniture, right? Am I changing his voice again? So you haven't used yours either, then?
What?
Not just
What?
me. Nobody's busted out theirs yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way,
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet. Because, like, why the hell would we? Toolkit has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. I should look around here first. Check other spots later. Okay. This is the replica sword I got back for some defenses and attack, and plus the sword's been taken out. So it's just the sheath, but... Huh? There's some scratches on the sheath. They must have been made with something sharp. Wait, what? Did I say that right? Okay, yeah. But how'd the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are there scratches on the sheath? Replica sword sheath has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. What the hell happened here? Okay. Just have to look on the walls too, maybe.
Well,
No!
well.
What else am I missing? This? No. Notepad, possibly. Notepad is still here, but I don't think it's relevant right now. Wait, what did she... Hey, Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but...
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really.
I'm searching.
Searching?
She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my
Did you
room.
lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said,
Listen,
"Are you a clean freak?" Huh? No. I don't think so, but what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
so...
I've searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, and not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it to...
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka or the killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? Makoto's room cleanliness has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Are we good? Bathroom and on the other side of this door. No, I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her. Sayaka. All at once, I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to burst into tears. But I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover, yes. Gotta uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up. I wanted to collapse. But that thought held me up and supported me. Okay, time to investigate. I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her, and there I saw... written in blood were the numbers 11037. Did Sayaka do this? I told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but now is no time to think like that. I pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object has been thrust into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? That's definitely something I should look into later. Also, according to the Monokuma files, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something sort of glittery there on her wrist, too. Right there, where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery. That definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is... There's some blood on her? There's some blood on her left index finger, but that's it. The palms of both her hands are totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? Sayaka's wrist has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she'd already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. Yeah, leave the bathroom, okay.
It would seem...
It looks like you found it, right, Makoto? Hold on, get a drink. Alright, I am back. The bloody numbers, that's most likely Sayaka's dying message. I've never seen something written in blood before. It really was her final message. It's as if she wrote it with life itself.
Right.
Do you often talk like an aspiring poet? But the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? 11037. I have no idea what that could possibly mean.
So...
The way she wrote it, the numbers make me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting in the way we found her, it means she must have wrote them by turning only her hand toward the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? The result?
Well?
Think about it. You're not gonna tell me?
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not going to tell me. Dying message has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Sounds like Kyoko knows what Sayaka's dying message means, but honestly I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who better to ask than the ultimate programmer?
Makoto.
There's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Do you know about how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck?
What?
Gets stuck? Yeah, I guess I'm the only one, but the door doesn't fit in the frame right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked. But once you learn the trick, it opens no problem. Bathroom door frame has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit in the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. Huh? The doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? We'll just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. I did what Kyoko said and shut the bathroom door. Huh? The doorknob?
So the...
Well, what the heck? The doorknob's practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would somebody do that?
So...
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathrooms can lock, right? She stood there for a while lost in thought, then apparently struck with a sudden realization she shot a question at me.
Just a second.
I have just one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got the sense that she was really starting to get into all this.
I see.
Then that clears that up. Huh? What clears what up? I'm so lost!
Goodbye.
Well, see you later. As if forgetting I was ever there, she suddenly turned and left the room. Bathroom doorknob has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once-over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start looking into where the murder weapon might have come from, and also, I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. With Sayaka dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in that video. And on top of that, I'm sure there are some other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks, if they'll even talk to me, that is. Leave the area? Yes. This is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplates on my room and Sayaka's room are switched, so all that effort I put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. Well, why would anyone do that? Dorm nameplates has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. I forgot this is on hard mode, so... Oh boy.
Very strange. Mr. Nayaki, what was Miss Maizono doing in your room? Let me just say this.
Most
I absolutely
suspicious.
will not allow you to dispose of any evidence in the trash room.
Do you really think I'm guilty? rattle. Door won't budge. It must be locked. Nice! Monokuma Queen! Please! There's a sturdy gate here. No way to get past.
Monokuma appears!
It's the end of the line! The trash room. This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up.
How do you get this gate
No,
open?
no, you can't go any further!
No, no, no! No entry beyond this point! Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in! Cleaning duty?
No, no, you can't go any further!
No, no, no! No entry beyond this point, only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in! Who's on cleaning
No,
duty?
no, you can't go any further!
This is stupid. It'd be faster to just go around and ask the others.
No, no, you can't go any...
Shut up, Monokuma. Yes. Ooh, so who's on cleaning duty? This is not gonna be anything It's a fish with a bunch of little fish swimming around inside. I can't imagine how this could have anything to do with it. Okay, we got a Monokuma coin out of that. Okay, the real question is, why is there a fish tank in the bathroom? Why is there a fish tank in the bathroom? I don't understand that. I never did understand that. Why is there a fish tank in the bathroom? Cool, I guess, but... where should I go next? I mean, I guess I could talk to you. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty.
Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens Monokuma talked to me. Wait, did I get this right? Okay. It just so happens Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was gonna start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate in front of the trash room?
Here we go!
Of course! It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, they gave me the key for the trash room gate. They're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room? And only the person on cleaning duty has access to the key? What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time so we can all throw things up whenever he wants? That does seem more convenient.
So, in other words,
Actually, anyone who kills a fellow student and becomes blackened will graduate unless they are discovered.
so that's it.
That must be why. If anyone could go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear, and things would become boring. Boring?
Hey, listen.
Anyway, more important than that.
Hey, you bastard.
Hey, fatty, why'd you want the cleaning duty gig anyway?
Oh,
I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal?
You...
Liar, I know why you did it.
Is it, like...
You want to dig through all the girls' trash looking for, and poking around at it.
there's no way to think about this in a common sense kind of way.
What are you talking about? All my love is for 2D.
You know what I mean.
But there's all kinds of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D, then turn to...
I will never get tired of 2D. After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D and 3D, I voluntarily chose 2D. The only 3D is good. The only 3D is good for is to shower love and affection on 2D. PC figures.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're so worried about Hifumi's questionable morality, there's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duties, Sakura can accompany them for picking up the trash to disposing of it.
What?
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, where's the harm in it?
That's not how it's supposed to.
Anyway, on another topic, Hifumi, since you were on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you.
What? So now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet.
Oop.
I mean, you haven't helped me recover from a past trauma or even save a village or beat a boss.
No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around.
You got it.
Oh, okay. So easy.
So easy. So Hifumi and I headed down to the trash room. Alright.
You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped drinking. Get busy living, or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out.
Whatever, please just hurry up.
Okie dokie, leave it to me.
Hifumi pulled a key out of his pocket and used it to flip the switch to the next gate, next to the gate. I really cannot wait tonight. And then...
Mr. Naegi!
However, Mr. Nayagi,
Without a doubt.
surely you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend, you planned this all along.
No, I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy any evidence or not.
But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind? Wait, maybe a parallel world?
Where are you getting a parallel world from? Huh? Whatever, let's just hurry up and keep looking. I mean, I've seen a lot of parallel worlds. Hell, I've been to a parallel world where you're actually skinny, but, you know... I just think you want to live in that world. Also, you don't like it. In that world, there's a huge trash can. Is that where we're supposed to put whatever trash we can't burn? Well, whatever it's for, it doesn't look like it's hiding any clues. But it's hiding a Monokuma coin! Obvious clues are obvious. There are shards of broken glass scattered around in the front of the incinerator. It looks like it used to be some kind of glass ball, just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this perhaps...
Yuck. What is that? Is that...
Do you know what this is?
They say if you collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you a single wish.
This ain't Dragon Ball, son.
Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see on any big city street corner. Gaze into it, and it will show you a glimpse of the future. Just like that Mina girl who was on that quest to find that one guy.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. They should still be in the gym. I'd better go find out for sure. Nice. Shattered crystal ball has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright. I have no idea what that last reference is for, but Hifumi, so I'm just going to choose to ignore that. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. It looks like a burnt piece of something.
A burnt piece? Like a hunk? Like a hunk of burning love?
No, shut it, Hifumi, Please die. Anyway, this is... It looks like a piece of cloth. And the shape... It's part of the sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, that's definitely blood on the cuff. That which means... This is all that's left of some of the evidence the killer destroyed. But there are lots of people here with white button-up shirts. This isn't enough to by itself to figure out who the killer is. Burnt shirt piece has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, I think that's it.
Why is that?
What? You made me come all the way down here, and now you're not even gonna check it out?
So it would seem.
That's the worst twist I can imagine. That's not the kind of thing readers like at all.
What readers? Oh, but I saw a green button and a yellow button. There's no doubt they're related to the big mechanism. Yeah, this is the incinerator. It's in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to get to the gate. Ah, and it's on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's a pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going, and the yellow button to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Aw, someone turned the incinerator on? Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here.
Is it a fairy?
Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi, do you realize what you just said?
Huh? The fairy?
No, you said that last time you were here, the incinerator was off.
Ah, yes, about that. There can be no mistake. If I've got one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has the key to open the gates...
Most suspicious.
It should be possible for the incinerator to be on. And yet...
Well, that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gates. But who? How is that possible? Incinerator has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook.
This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and those glass shards and burnt clothes weren't.
Leon,
What does it all mean, Mr. Nayaki? Will you be confessing soon?
Why me?
Everyone
I'm sure
already
of it.
knows you did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one.
It sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. Damn. Leave the area? Yeah. Let's go. Okay, so where to next? I have to wonder, what's with this area? I've always wondered about that. It's just like area for trees. Because there's like no point of this area. Seriously. It's just a little tiny room with trees. If only there was like somewhere I could jump, but... Okay, where to next? Probably to the gym, so... Yeah, this way.
Listen to me!
Do you have a second, Makoto? I've uncovered something most unusual. The door to everyone's dorm has a nameplate on it. To show whose room it is, right?
You hear me?
Well, it just so happens... Wait, no. You might be the killer yourself. I can't tell you anything.
Got it!
Forget everything I just said. Forget. Beam! Sorry, just a little joke. Even I do jokes sometimes. Ha ha ha. Yeah, screw you too. Give me. What's this? Must be locked. Oh, nurse's room. Okay. This way. I'm guessing. Oh no. No. Yep. Not anything useful here. So where are we going? To the gym. Right. Here we go! What? This is... Going around on this is weird to do. Okay, here we go. Into the gym. Alright. This Hero. Hey Hero, can I ask you something?
No. I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out now. I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. Huh? Makoto? What are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? Ah! That's my crystal ball! But it's all smashed. What the hell?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how'd it break? Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Did that guy just completely dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So, can you say without a doubt that this belonged to you? Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room. That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Shattered Crystal Ball has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I've saved up from fortune telling for 2 full years. Came out to be like $1 million. Okay, let's get this right. Hero. 2 years of life savings. Came out to be $1 million. Right, so you have $1 million, you're already a millionaire. And you waste it on a crystal ball. Anyone else think Hero is stupid? $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's debatable. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Okay, so what else could I do? There's gotta be something else. Stop the cheating. Hey, Chihiro, I was hoping I could ask you something.
Huh?
Oh? What is it? Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what those numbers might mean? Like, could they be a code or something? Sorry, no. Chihiro slowly shook her head. Wow, I'm gonna struggle a lot today.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? No, couldn't be.
Where else? Where else do I investigate? Gym. I'm trying to think. Should I talk to everyone? Leave the area? Yes.
Listen to me! You hear me? Got it! Ha 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 ha!
Let's go in here for a sec. I don't know, I just kind of want to. Alright. Mono machine. Give it a shot. Let's do it. Alright, let's give it a shot. See what we get. Spend some coins. Oh. Let's try again. These mono coins treasure. Treasures valued by kings and thieves alike. To see how many coins you can have. If you put the one in the machine, there's a chance you can win a prize. Win a prize! More coins you use, about chance you'll have of getting something new. Check the progression section of the handbook to review your prizes. I'll give it a shot. Alright, let's give it a shot. Got an item. Little suitcase. Ooh! I would love to have that. Nice. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens if we put it in 2. Ooh, lucky! Ooh! 2 for 1 special. Nice, got a scythe. Or something like that. Let's put it in 2. Okay. What's the point of the coins you can put in? Why? Got an item. Okay, that's that. In this area, yeah. Okay. Hotel. Lols. Gone to the kitchen. There's anything to see. Oh, wait, yes, probably. Let's go into the kitchen. Alright. That looks suspicious. There are all kinds of knives and kitchen knives here, big to small, but it looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or I'd better see if anyone here knows more about it. Alright, hey, I looked at the likes at the celebration. So far we've hit 5 likes. Nice! Okay, I better see if anyone here knows more about it. Kitchen knife set has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Set has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. There's a bunch of vegetables all piled up. Fruits and vegetables, actually. I don't see anything noteworthy about it. Free mana coin, though. Let's check this out. Marbled meats. Salted meats. Now's no time to be thinking about food. We gotta be thinking about food, but we got free coins out of it. The meat pays me to eat it. Interesting. Okay, let's talk to Owie. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is mentioned? Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange. A knife just suddenly appear like that. Disappearing, I bet. So, was it missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope. Last time I remember, they were all lined up in a nice, neat row.
So, when did you notice one of them had disappeared?
Well,
I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone, mate.
So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure you can tell everyone why I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Awie's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey, by the way, mate, did you really kill Sayaka? If you did, I'm going to kick your ass.
What? Of course not. I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her?
I mean...
Well, she was killed in your room, right? So I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends and one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea, mate.
Okay. Check around. I'm trying to think of other places I should investigate. I don't see anything else that I could investigate. I don't know what sections are going to be longer, the investigations or the trials. Probably the trials, but I could get stuck on the investigation bit too. Might as well go in here, right? See if there's anything of use. Where else can I look? Should I talk to somebody? There's got to be out there.
Very strange.
So why was Sayaka in your room when she was killed? Would it be because you are the culprit? No, you've got it all wrong. Sayaka and I switched rooms last night. He didn't even try to hide the suspicion on his face. Even if what you said is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if she hadn't switched rooms with you, right? The only reason Sayaka was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms? She's dead because of me? Then it should have been me that died. Well, all we can say right now is that it's a possibility. If that's really true, then I killed Sayaka! No! Oh my god, you're so tall! I'm like a midget! I'm like a short...
Seems like...
Something doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file said Sayaka was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? Yup, the DVD with Sayaka's name on it. Sayaka got really upset after seeing whatever was in that video. I wonder what she did. What did she see? It might not be directly related to the case, but it might be worth checking out anyway. I'm sorry, Sayaka. I need to borrow this DVD. Alright. Don't know where to go next. To the video room. Give me a stick. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, time to watch her DVD. Alright, gonna watch the DVD now. I should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. The DVD that Sayaka threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put the DVD in the player. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then... an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on stage front and center was a face I recognized all too well. Is it... Sayaka. She was there. Along with the friends she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken. Then, that voice that come to despise so much began to flow out of the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Suddenly, the screen went dark. And in the next moment... I saw something I could hardly believe. What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But what I noticed even more than that...
this ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart.
was the figures of the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Really?
Answer after graduation.
Without warning, the video cut off. Is it? What the hell? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get them? Sweet old gummy bear. Ha ha ha. Very funny. If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? It's about that time. Trial.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial!
This is what we've all
Now
been waiting
then,
for.
allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. I have heard of a Zero Escape, actually. Don't know much about it, but yeah, I've heard of it. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you.
I bet you were afraid you would be discovered after the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. Then we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
Nah, I'm sure it's not Makoto.
It's totally
Is everyone
that tree.
here?
I'm so
Okay,
bad that
then.
tree is the one who killed Sayaka. Go and investigate it. Monokuma, give me a sec. I need to go back and investigate that tree. I need to question it. I need to interrogate it. I need to break it down into pieces. I must get it to break. It must confess to killing Sayaka Maizono. Yes, Tokyo sucks.
Is everyone here? Okay then.
Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Yeah, and we'll be coming to defeat you. Alright. Let's go. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared is quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. You need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. Sayaka's honor. I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raise my voice to try to give myself courage, I turn trembling with anticipation toward the elevator. With each step forward, I can feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. Here we go. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time has finally come.
Oh,
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school.
You finally arrived! What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Shit.
Not even close, it's total shit.
well now.
Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down.
Monokuma, this is not school. This is not a classroom. This is a court. Just letting you know. Assigned seats, huh? Where are the seats? It doesn't seem like there were seats around. So, explain.
Yahoo!
Hurry up now. Hurry up.
What did... We did what he said and found our seats. More like stands. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else. Which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease to anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so, the curtain on our first case opened as I took a drink. Time for the class trial. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly cat, a deadly dog, a deadly scorpion, a deadly knife, a deadly paper. A deadly soda, deadly poison. Deadly video games. Deadly everything. Everything's fucking deadly nowadays. A deadly class trial. Do you want to save the data? Of course. Empty slip. 4. Here we go. Sounds good. Oh, I don't have any. Cool and composed. Yeah, let's do that. With melodious voice. Alright. Oh wait, that's it? Wait, that's seriously all I have? Okay. Let's take a look at the transcripts really quick before we go. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. Okay, let's just go. Missions. Finish preparations. Let's get going. Trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Monokuma, you're stupid.
Friendship penetrates?
Hifumi, no. Bad.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes. For my subs. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into this truth cylinder. Use the left stick to aim, then fire with the triangle button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the options button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright, here we go. Make your argument. Evidence of struggle.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
Wait, no.
The killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
There's something odd about that last statement. It definitely contradicts what I already know. For this first debate, we'd like to take a quick sidebar. Okay, if you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words appear in a different color. Did you happen to notice? That represents a potential hole in a person's statement. A possible weak point. Weak spot. These weak spots reveal important, although not always inaccurate, sections of a person's argument statement. Your truth bullets are only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. Also, you can fast forward an argument by holding down the circle button. Well then, good luck and have fun.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in
the bathroom. So it seems the killer must have taken her, but she didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, what's wrong?
Counter! No, that's wrong.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the...
There we go. Oh, it's just... Put it down there. That's fine. Always falling at max.
bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Well, that's because it is, Hifumi. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Make your argument. Knife, kitchen knife set. Okay.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon!
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No.
How could anyone do something like that? That son of a bitch!
So what was used to...
There was some kind of sharp object, without a doubt.
So the killer used some random knife
No.
they had on him.
No, that's wrong!
Lugia. Counter! No, that's wrong!
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Okay, did any of you take a look for more than 2 seconds? Just more than 2 seconds. If you did, I think you'd see that Makoto isn't the killer. For many reasons.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes, obviously, for the viewers. You can concentrate by holding the R1 button. Also for myself as well. Okay, while you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge. Gosh, fuck. Gauge. If this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun! Awie's accounts.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret, when nobody was in the dining hall. And then he went and stabbed Sayaka with it.
So he really did do it.
Yes, then it's been decided. We've reached the end.
No. Didn't take the kitchen knife. No matter how many times I repeat myself, you won't believe me. Only they will prove.
So I guess there's no question that the... But where does that...
Makoto did it in secret.
I keep doing it. Trying.
Nobody was in the
No, that's wrong.
Counter! No, that's wrong!
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the kitchen knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone, mate.
So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl?
Well, damn. Shots fired!
Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you did.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife, so I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife? Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true! One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
I got it! Then...
Got it!
Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
Shut up, Fukawa. Shut it.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die!
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely! And as things advance further in a class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the left stick to aim and the triangle button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, or if you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. If we can just figure out what that something is, we can figure out who done did it! Nah, I'm joking. Okay, so I. H. O. 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 Nope. Oh, okay. Oh, hair. It's easy. Okay.
Now I understand.
I understand this clearly.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
True.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true!
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that prove it is... Oh. Oh. Damn, okay, that's not it.
I got it!
There we go.
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Hells yeah.
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
Shut up.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first. But is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now, this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun. Yay! Bathroom door frame.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door.
No, why do I keep doing that?
Because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka
Wow,
cornered.
I missed twice.
To
I
finish the
suck.
job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
Shut up, Fukawa.
The incident took place in the Sayaka was first. She then fled into the.
Then the killer ran, and they got into the back. At that point,
The killer had to try and bust down the door.
Because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally, the culprit had
To finish the job,
It was you! We already know the answer.
The incident took place in Makoto's.
Sayaka was first. She then fled into the.
Then the killer ran, and they got into the back. At that point,
The killer had to try and
bust down the door.
Nope.
shoot!
Okay, I suck at this,
The
apparently.
incident took place in Makoto's room.
Sayaka was first. She then fled into the.
Then the killer ran, and they got into the back. At that point,
The killer had to because Sayaka had
locked it.
No. That's wrong.
no, that's wrong.
Counter!
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Exactly!
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
You must be the ultimate unlucky student!
That's not lucky at all!
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck.
Wait, the same thing.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
One important detail? Something the killer didn't know. For some reason, they were convinced the door was locked. Which means the important detail the killer didn't know was...
I got it!
There we go.
The killer
I
must
got
not
it.
have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Exactly, Fujisaki.
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Yeah. Of course we couldn't have done it. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
Really, Hifumi? Really? You're more worthless than a hero.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? Do you really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so... Well... I was just wondering...
How did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Yeah.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Hifumi, are you trying to act like God here? Because you ain't no God. You're a fraud.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room... I already have the answer. Wait, which one of these is it? Which one is it? And that was weird, what just happened.
I got it!
There we go.
Because
got
Sayaka
it.
was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you. Wait, the same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I probably... Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Ooh, a lie? What is this?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
I mean, if you really think about it... Well, okay, so here's what you missed. You missed quite a bit of the investigation. And now we are in the class trial. So, right now, we're trying to figure out, I think... Well, here, let me show you what we got a little bit. There's a lot to be read. So, we're gonna just read a little bit here. So, knowing what she had been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone. But what if her being scared was a lie? Huh? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that? I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me, can you still deny the possibility? Basically, what she's trying to say is that it's possible that Sayaka was playing Makoto. Or playing us in general. So in other words, she's trying to say that there's more to what Sayaka said than meets the eye. And yeah. There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
Great!
When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
Yeah, very useful. Never overthink. Never overthink when it comes to an investigation. Use whatever you got on your person. Use whatever tactics you can to figure out a mystery. That's what I do.
Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Very interesting, isn't it?
Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note... Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone.
I wonder who it could be.
She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Pipe down, Hifumi.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Of course it wouldn't.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Sure.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Why do I feel like there's gonna be a lie here? Obviously. Dorm nameplates! Here we go!
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yes.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
Yeah.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
The reason the killer went to my room and not Sayaka's, despite what the note said, must be because...
Sayaka and Makoto's what in the note. It specifically... I see. Then they would have gone exactly.
The room that Makoto...
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong!
Counter!
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. Clearly me! I clearly got up in the middle of the night! Oh, it really is interesting. Okay, so... Now, based on what we've read, there's only one person who could have switched the room. Killer? Me? Can't be me, because I was asleep. Killer? No, that wouldn't make any sense. So I think the only answer is
I got it!
Sayaka.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
And also, I will be playing the rest of the series, so yeah, you can stay for the ride.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two, in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
I wonder.
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
Yep.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
Well, I think that is pretty obvious, Ishimaru.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Right.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because I think that might be it.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Yep.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Of course. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Yeah, I am. Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But just like with the weak points, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the L1 button to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the L1 button to cycle through each bullet. Or you can hold down the L1 button, then use the left stick to select a specific bullet. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck and have fun!
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
No.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist!
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
No, I don't think so. The sword was used first, and then the kitchen knife came afterward. Is that really the order of events? That leads me to some unexplainable details.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
No! Counter!
Wrong.
No, that's wrong!
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Several reasons, but we'll get into that.
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her palms, right?
I got it!
Yeah. Thought
You're
so.
talking about her palms,
Got it.
right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
What kind of argument is that? What kind of question is that? That's a stupid question. That's a really stupid question.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because...
Shoot!
I screwed up. Oh yeah, water was off.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Who damaged the sheath would have to have been the one without the sword.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
I think that would be pretty obvious.
We already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own. She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted, and by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out, while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little... For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid, or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found that must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Makes
Just
sense.
hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument!
No, shut up, Monokuma. Shut up. Shut your mouth. We don't want to hear you speak. Shut up. Please.
You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it!
Oh, screw you.
Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Bruh. Nah.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Yeah.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. You sure about that, Makoto? Oh, I've played this series before.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it.
I just never did a Let's Play.
But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have time for that?
Let's see.
Die!
Oh yeah, there we go. I think that was
don't
it.
do something, we're all
I just wanted to do a
die.
Let's Play series of this on my channel. It's like, hey, why not? Wait, no, hold on. That's right. There is still a clue left that can lead us to who killed her. Sayaka left it behind. Okay.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
I think that's wrong. Gotcha!
No, that's wrong!
Counter! No, that's wrong!
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it.
I got it!
Got it!
Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But what the heck do those numbers mean? 110.
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers.
Yeah?
Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Oh, woo.
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
Hifumi, please shut up.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Okay, yeah. But think about it in a different way. Damn it, it's no use, I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Oh my god! 180 degrees? Rotate it? I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Ding ding ding!
You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the killer's name. Okay, first off, looking for the tree. She clearly wrote a tree. She clearly wrote tree. So, where's the tree? I want to click on the tree. I want to accuse that tree of murder. Let me accuse the tree of fucking murder.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N, or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Leon. Alright, I'll give this one to you. That could be a coincidence. It could be, under certain circumstances. So yeah, it could be a coincidence.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Ooh. Huh? Leon, what did you do?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. I know what it was. So, you, Leon, conspired with a goddamn tree to murder Sayaka. Nah, I'm firmly believing the tree is what did in Sayaka. Come on. It's the least obvious thing, so it makes the most sense, right? Okay. Yeah. There we go.
I
got it!
You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
Yeah.
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
I mean, you're not wrong, Chihiro. However...
That's right! There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, you guys should have just took more than 5 seconds to investigate.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to, and in order to figure out who's responsible, where it was disposed of, how it was disposed of, when it was disposed of. I think it's this one.
I got it! If you look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty.
Yeah.
So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
I mean... Sure, you could say that.
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves Leon is the real killer.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator
in order to destroy the
evidence. Which means the only possible suspect is whoever had the trash room key.
Okay, so the person who would have had the trash room key was... Huh? Me? No!
Yeah, you're guilty! You conspired with the tree. Everyone conspired with the tree to kill someone. That is top theory.
The key to the trash room, whoever was on click.
So the only one
and you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to...
Counter! No, that's wrong! Take that, Leon!
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here.
Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
I don't know. What the hell is this, Leon?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
Yeah, easily.
That's right! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because... Ultimate clairvoyant. Clearly that's the answer, right?
Nah, clearly it's the fanfic creator.
The fanfic creator wrote a fanfiction where the ball went through the gates and crashed into the incinerator. Nah, ultimate baseball star.
I got it!
Let's get this
Because
done.
the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Damn, that tree is good at making evidence.
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
True.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer!
Okay, alright. Answer me this then. If you're not the killer, who is it? Don't tell me it's the bathroom or the clock, because your only other option to blame is either Makoto, which you can't do anymore, or the tree, which I would be glad to blame the tree, because clearly the tree is guilty of something. I'm going to keep accusing that tree of something, because fuck that tree.
These goddamn shepherd brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
Really?
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear.
Okay.
And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
We're ending this, Leon! You're done for!
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered.
See?
And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Every case has one last element to bring the trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Okay, I may need a little bit of help for this. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the X button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Yeah. Well then, good luck and have fun. Closing arguments. Climax. Okay, so... Oh, yeah. The unorganized layout of this. Okay, so... This X. My room was the scene of the crime. The incident began when the killer entered. Okay. So... Let's see. That goes there. Then... What is it? Alright. First, when Sayaka attacked the killer with the knife, they noticed something in my room. Yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah. They used that object to deflect Sayaka's attack, which is why the evidence was damaged. I think we know this is it. That isn't too hard. Let's see. After the killer countered Sayaka's attack with an attack of their own, what did they do next? That one. Possibly. Okay. They forced the bathroom door open. The only logical way they could have done that was... let's see. Yeah, there we go. I think I might be putting something in place here. After she was stabbed, Sayaka used the last breath of her strength to leave something behind. The killer used an item in my room to help dispose of the evidence. Okay, yeah, that was obvious. What the killer threw in the incinerator was... And finally, a piece of evidence that was... Okay, that one's easy.
Here's exactly what happened.
Reenact time!
I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
I'm a great person. I am a killer. I am gray, and you cannot and you cannot argue with that. I will kill you with my gray powers. Because I am a gray alien. Clearly. Yes, okay, I got this right.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there. But the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon? It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Well, do you, Leon?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
Plenty of evidence, buddy.
Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I have the evidence? Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes. I put this on medium difficulty too, so yay. Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as bullet time battles, aka BTB, BTW. Ha ha ha! During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Oh boy. Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Press the X button to lock on to an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement that you've locked onto with the triangle button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the triangle button to shoot it down with a truth bullet like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun.
When the killer broke the back...
Okay, so... Let me just look through this one more time. Select...
Bathroom doorknob. They didn't use anything from your room to do it. So what did the killer use?
What did the killer use to take apart the doorknob?
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Oh boy. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Lock on X button, attack triangle button, reload square button, fever time R1 button. Okay.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lied! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lied! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lied! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lied! Shut up! Stupid!
I'm so awful at this. Ah.
You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lied! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance!
Final strike.
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
This is it! The final stand!
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Yep, it seems like there is no rebuttal for this.
Then it would seem we are finished here.
You're done for, Leon, even though I still believe the tree is the actual killer of this case. Man, I really have it in for that tree. What you miss? Well, not very much, just, pretty much the end of this. B. I got 1 B. I got a C. Ooh, I got an A overall. Nice. So, just did first bullet time battle of this. As well as we just figured out who the killer is. And this is the end of the class trial, so... Nice. But you didn't miss too much. Just final statements. Just, there wasn't too much.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I don't know. What is it gonna be, Monokuma? Place your votes in the comment section below. You're guilty, Leon, even though I still believe it was the tree who did the murder. Uh-oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kuwata!
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
Well, I didn't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch! What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
That's why I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
None of you are any different. One wrong step, and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this. You know, you could have, not listened to the letter. You had the option to not go to her room. Of course, she would try again with somebody else, possibly. But again, You had the option to not go to her room in the first place. Ya dingus.
I was just unlucky. That's all. Hey, come on!
Hey, come on! You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with is really the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her, and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here, with no way out. They're probably waiting for me.
What?
I can't afford to be stuck in here! The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams. Her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream! I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
no matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that.
Boy, howdy! The entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships?
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness.
What did you say?
Phew!
I understand. I do. Yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse.
Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. But
That's enough.
that's enough. As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough. I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it!
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kuwata will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution?
Okay, hold on.
Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense?
Hmm.
When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then, you came all the way back and broke into the bathroom and
killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unfounded intent to commit murder?
So, that's
No, that's
why...
not! Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh.
Oh? Are you sure? You are closer to her than anyone else, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka, do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him.
Huh?
So what? If it weren't for you, this would never have happened. To Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in the situation. The mastermind!
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh. Did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment. Hold on, I need to check something really quick.
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Okay, I need to check something really quick. Because I have to end the live stream soon, like really soon. Okay, so I need to check to see when I have to actually... when I actually have to end this. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so... Okay, it's 9:20. Yeah, it is. It's 9:28 p.m. I know. Ah, see ya. Okay.
Hey, come on now.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment. For Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star.
No!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
No!
Okay, so this is where I'm going to have to end this video. So, yeah, I know this is going to be strange. Alright, well, I actually have to end it here because of copyright reasons, because the execution is basically the same execution that's used in the first Danganronpa anime. So, now, if I were to just do a normal recording, sure, but if I were to, do a live stream on it with how YouTube is right now, it will
end the live stream right then and there. So yeah, I actually have to cut this out. Normally I'd just, you know, well, if I had the abilities to, I'd just black it out so you guys couldn't see it. But that's not gonna happen. So you are just gonna have to look up Leon Kawada's execution during your off time. Well, after this live stream's over. So without further ado, if you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to join the Creeper Cat Army. I will see you later, recruits. Actually, if you want to, let me check something really quick. Here. Alright. Hold on. I was trying to... Oh, well. Anyway, so I will see you later, recruits. Peace out.